Good afternoon. Nancy here in Lafayette, Indiana on this beautiful sunny fall day. Hoping that each of you are having a good day. I want to remind you that if you are on Facebook, please feel free to like, comment, whatever on my videos. If you are on YouTube, please like and subscribe and hit the notification button. I want to remind you again that if you dream it and believe it, you will achieve it. Today we're going to be talking about ways to build self-discipline. We know that each of us struggle sometimes to know exactly how to know when we're successful and how to set goals, how to focus. There are a lot of things that we struggle with, and we need to learn to imagine our outcome. Are we going to be successful or unsuccessful? Are we going to make the kind of living that we want to? Are we going to take care of our family the way we want to? All these things require self-discipline. We need to imagine the outcome we want first, and then we need to set the goals and put out a plan on how we're going to have the self-discipline to get there. But there's one thing I want you to know right now. You cannot wait until it feels right. If you wait until it feels perfect and it's the right time to start, you'll never start. So my advice to you is to start out small. Start out with little things, and as you take those little steps, then you will begin to develop self-discipline. Find someone who is successful that can mentor you or be a coach to you or be an encourager to you or who's willing to share their knowledge with you. That will help you. Then set out some actual goals that you want to reach by some actual dates. How can you measure your progress if you don't even know where you're going? So, get busy, write down where you're going, and begin to measure it. Set a target date to reach certain things. And then, when you do, take care of yourself. Take some 5-minute breaks along the way. But when you reach that goal, go out and buy an ice cream sundae or a donut, whatever it is that makes you feel good. Reward yourself for those small things. And then, when you don't hit a goal or you're not where you want to be, forgive yourself. It's not the end of the world. You can keep going. You can keep working at it. That's how we get willpower. That's how we get self-discipline. We have to develop the willpower to achieve our long-term goals. Passion and perseverance doesn't necessarily happen from day one. We have to go after our passion, but we have to persevere if we're going to keep going. Another thing that as we practice self-discipline, it'll help us with anxiety. Do you get anxious when you have something to do and you don't get it done? And sometimes having something to do and not knowing where to start or how to go about it, we put it off and we procrastinate. And then we're more anxious than ever. The boss comes and says, "Is that report typed up yet?" And you were like, "Oh, I really didn't know how to do it, so I haven't started it yet, but I'll get it to you." But if you use self-discipline and you do it, then you're going to feel much better at it. And so it's going to decrease your anxiety. It is proven that when we have self-discipline, that it also increases our physical health. We don't eat as many bad foods. We don't tend to be a couch potato. And so it helps us to be healthier, to get going, and to do what we need to do to stay healthy, to exercise, whatever it is we need to do. Also, self-discipline impacts our relationships. Do you get defensive and aggravated when somebody doesn't agree with you? Or can you be constructive and apply it to your life in a positive manner? We become more resilient to manage life's challenges and situations more effectively when we practice the art of self-discipline. We feel happier, more creative, and more in control. And when we're in control, that equals happiness. Happiness rules. We all know that. And how do you react when someone disagrees with you? Do you get hot? Do you blow up? Do you let off steam? And do you get as loud as they are? Do you use the same language they're using? Napoleon Hill said there's three sides to every argument. There's my side, your side, and the right side. And he said, I may not be all wrong, you may not be all wrong, but there's a better right when we come to the middle to take care of that argument. He also felt like that we need to treat every person we meet as a rich relative, someone that's got $1 million that we might inherit someday. Are you going to treat that person bad if you want to have an inheritance from them? I don't think so. So whatever our circumstance is, let's look for the benefit in it. No matter what happens, don't give up. Don't become a failure. Just know that there's always a benefit that we can learn and go forward from. And then we have people who come to us for advice sometimes. And one thing I want to caution you about, don't say or do anything or offer advice that's going to hurt that person. Ask yourself first, is this going to hurt the person or benefit the person? And if it's going to benefit them, share it. If it's going to hurt them, don't share it. It's not worth hurting another individual. Have you ever tried to decide if criticism is friendly or unfriendly? Sometimes it's hard to know, but I have determined by listening to Napoleon Hill that a lot of times you can tell if the criticism is friendly or unfriendly for your benefit or against you by the relationship you have with that person. If that person is your best friend or a friend or your family member, chances are they have your best interest at heart. But if that person's your enemy, I wouldn't listen to a word they say because your relationship with that person is not positive. Remember, a good leader can take orders as well as give orders. And they are willing to work and to help others. When I was a sales manager with 8 agents under me, I didn't tell them what to do. I went out in the field with them and I demonstrated to them what to do. And that's what a good leader does. They get beside their people and they work and they help them and they teach them how to have self-discipline. And remember to be tolerant of other people's ideas because they have a right to their opinion too. And you can always weigh an opinion by asking the question, how do you know? And if we ask that question and they can give us facts and a solid answer, then we know that it's probably worth listening to. But if they stumble around and choke and turn red in the face and can't give us a reason, then probably we really don't want to pay much attention to it. But we don't have to tell them. I hope today that this video will help you to become more self-disciplined and less of a procrastinator. Just reminding you again that God has given each of us unique gifts to inspire, delight, and inform. May God bless you until we meet again. God bless you, my friends.